money stay high. Go to YouTube for story time with Ray We say he's a great guy. Have a lot of fun telling you his life and blaze live. Stay high. I dare you tonight to what? To like, share, and subscribe.
What is good, Vibe Gang? It is your boy Ray here with the last video of the night. If you guys haven't seen the video that I put up, the first video that I put up today, I am going to have Adam Calhoun tomorrow on the Vibe Reaction channel to chop it up. We're just going to have a conversation. We're going to sit there and talk and just and try to have a great time. That's what we're trying to do. Today's story time with Ray was my first time in a Greyhound bus. The Greyhound bus system was new to me at this point. I've taken, metropolitan, the city buses. I've never sat inside of a Greyhound bus before this time. Now, my family, my dad's family from Dominican Republic, they moved to Baltimore. And we've never even crossed foot. I was about 13, 14 years old. So in my mind, I'm like, this is an experience I can't wait, right? My mom and my dad, everybody, we all packed all our stuff up. We're going to stay, we stood a weekend over there. I think we left Friday, came back like Saturday or some shit like that. But it was a trip. It was a whole entire family trip. At this time, I had I would say my cousin, but he's like a family, but not blood related. But he's been around my family in Dominican Republic since he was a fucking kid, a child. So he was staying with us at this time at my house in Brooklyn. So we all went. It was my mom, my dad, let's call him my cousin, my three sisters, and me. So I'm like, all right, these are people that I haven't seen in a while. I was a baby when I saw this. This is before the Dominican Republic trip. This is way before that. So I haven't seen these people in a while. There was my father's sister, her husband, and like two other dudes in there anyway. And her kids. So we jump in the car, in a taxi. I remember it because it had that taxi smell. You know, that little Crown air freshener shit? That is a strong, like if somebody farts, I think the car might blow up. That's how strong this shit is. So we put everything in the back. We all sit down, put our seatbelts on, and then it's off to the ride. I specifically remember this taxi driver being a little bit too crazy. A little bit too crazy for my comfort. So in my mind, 14 years old, people die on their way to the airport all the time. Why does this guy not care about me or my family? What have we done to him? Oh my God, what have we done to him? That's what's going on in my fucking brain, because I don't understand. My dad don't drive like that. Why are you driving like a psychopath? We went between a city bus and a truck, and he just went and just vanilla his way right through that motherfucker. I was like, we're not gonna make it to the bus. I already accepted my fate. I knew what was gonna happen. We were gonna hit the bridge, and he was gonna get pissed off, and we off. My only luck is there was a garbage boat passing by, and we fall in the garbage boat, and we save our lives. At this point, I'm not a swimmer. I swam, I could defend myself, but I'm not a professional, out in the open with real fishes type of nigga. You feel me? So we get to the city safely. Nobody was hurt. Thank God. Because I thought it was a wrap for me and my family. And I see like just people just walking fast, and everything was so fast. I can remember everything being so fast. Like slow the fuck down. Like, why are y'all in a rush for? Like, the bus hasn't left yet. Why are you running? Type shit, right? And I remember us seeing the bus. This was a huge, I don't know. At that time, I was short, so it could have been that I was just short. but I saw this mammoth of a vehicle. To me, it was bigger than a city bus. I was like, what is this? We put our luggage in a trolley, and then this guy walks away with it. So I'm just like, well, that's weird. that's a little perturbed. It perturbed me a little bit. What the fuck are you doing with our luggage? Where you going? The bus is over here. Why are you going that way? So I'm just like, oh, mom, dad, there's a situation going on that we needed to figure this out. I got my toothbrush and my toothpaste in there, my lucky drawers. I can't live without my lucky drawers. It was a Elmo, Bert, and Ernie drawers, man. Chilling. They were briefs. They were fire. We start entering the bus. My mom and my dad told me, look, he's gonna put it in the bottom of the bus, and then we just gonna sit down. So like that, we won't have no stuff on us. I was like, oh, okay. Thank you for the explanation, because you guys need to let this shit, us kids know what's going on before it happens. Because if I was some other type of dude, I would have jumped on his back like a spider monkey. I would have bit his fucking ear off. Give me my toothbrush back. I would have done that. So we sit in the bus. This is the most craziest bus ride I think I've ever taken in my life. So we all sit counted from each other. So there's like 3 seats on this aisle, 3 seats on this aisle, and they went together. So I remember me sitting, it was me, I think it was my 3rd sister, and I think my mom, if I'm not mistaken. I could have that all fucked up. And then I know for a fact that my father was sitting in the outside chair, and my cousin from the Dominican Republic was sitting behind them also on the outside chair. And then I have a sister. And then they had like they each had extra seats. So bus was kind of empty. There was a little bit of people in there. It wasn't crazy. I don't remember that because we had our own. You'll know when I finish the story. So we start saying jokes around. Like my dad and my cousin start like throwing out jokes and saying a whole bunch of like old school Dominican jokes, and we're all laughing in the freaking bus. It's hilarious. My mom brings out the snacks. So I'm just like, yo, look at Mother of the Year. Huh? I didn't know what the fuck a snack was. That was amazing. What? Chips and shit? The little circle of barrel looking juices? You know the juices look like barrels? What? Pop the foil on the top. Refreshing. I'm like, I like this. This whole family thing is going good. Right? Bus driver goes, he's still going, and I'm trying to look out the window. Look at the trees. Excited. Then my dad pulls out a little bottle of rum. Now, it specifically says no alcohol beverages, no smoking in the bus. It specifically says that. So I see my dad do this. Let's say this is the bottle. He goes, and then he goes, and then passes it behind him. My cousin goes and grabs it, passes it back to the front, slaps his shoulder. Take it. So I'm like, So I have a decision to make at this time. In my mind, I have a decision to make. Do I snitch on my dad or my cousin? Or do I keep this family secret forever in my heart? That was the type of decision that I had to face. So I was like, you know what? They not crazy. They're not acting a fool. Let them enjoy this vacation that we're all having right now, because I'm having a blast. Something about my father you guys need to know. When he drinks, he gets louder than what he is normally. Like when he gets on the phone and talks to his family in Dominican Republic, it's almost like he's screaming so they can hear him without the phone. I'm like, bro, you don't know how phones work? They can hear you. You don't have to scream in them. shut up. I know somebody said it. Somebody said it like pot on the kettle, nigga. Nah, you need to relax. Hold on. I was a child. I had a little, very small, very low voice. Hey, no, Papa. That's how I sounded. I got this when I got older. This projection. Anyway, so I said, you know what? I'm going to let this one slide. I'm going to let them fuck around and do what they do. My dad kept on drinking. And somehow, some way, they were playing cards, him and my cousin. Don't ask me to fuck how. But they were playing cards. Because I remember a deck of cards that my dad had in his hand, and it looked like they were playing cards. Okay. My dad starts getting louder. So that's how you know he's getting drunker. So I'm just like, oh no, I fucked up. This is karma coming back to me because I made the wrong decision. He started like talking to my cousin like if my cousin was 3 miles away and they were trying to hear each other's voice. That he was sitting right behind them. And they're talking about the most craziest shit. You should not be having this conversation in a public bus. Let's just leave it at that. They think they're in the privacy of their own fucking home. And they were talking about some crazy shit about people in the Dominican Republic, the gossip and all that crap, right? And I'm just like, and I'm looking, my mom is like, she's sleeping. I think my sisters were sleeping at this point, but I'm still up because my dad is loud as shit. And I'm just looking at him and I'm just like, and then he glanced at me and like our eyes connected and he just said, why you not sleeping? And I was like, how can I? Why are you asking questions that you know the answer to? I didn't say that, but I just said, sorry, Papa. And I put a blanket and I covered myself a little bit. But I was still up and I was under the blanket thinking about, yo, I should go tap the driver's shoulder and I should snitch on this nigga because what happens if he decides he wants to get up and start walking? And then he walks to the bus driver and then he starts talking to the bus driver and slapping his shoulders and shit. And the bus driver runs his bus off the fucking rail and then we're fucked. So I was like, these are poor decisions that I'm already making at 14. I'm pretty sure there's going to be plenty more. I wasn't wrong. And my dad comes out and then starts playing like he has this little fucking like these bullshit, I don't know what it is, little radios, like these little battery operated. You had to take like 17 fucking D batteries in the back of it. And he pulled that bitch out of nowhere. Like I thought the last time I seen that radio, that shit was sitting on top of the counter next to the living room. This man went and popped that bitch out, put a tape in it, and it was some old school Spanish shit. So they're playing they're having a whole fiesta in the middle of a Greyhound bus, right? That's all you heard. And he's talking to my cousin, and then I see the people. I peek up, and I see the people, and I'm seeing a whole bunch of Caucasians upset. I've seen a whole bunch of black people upset. They were like, yo, this man is not going to shut the fuck up type shit. And I'm just like, okay. I don't look like my dad. My dad is like light skinned and I'm darker than him. I'm a lot darker than him. If we stand next to each other, you won't even think that's my father. So I'm just like, okay, I have that to win the crowd. Yo, I don't know this dude. Somebody needs to shut him the fuck up. That was what I was going to tell him. Like, we were going to come out. In my mind, we were going to have a little meeting in the back. And then my dad and my cousin was going to keep on drinking and doing their thing. And we were going to come up with a mutiny and get them the fuck out this bus. Because by no means necessary, I didn't tell him to bring that liquor into that, but he brought it and he decided to drink it. It was his decision. So if he has to walk to Baltimore, that's what needs to happen. They're doing their thing, and I'm just like, oh my God, I'm embarrassed. I'm like scared that somebody might say something or get loud and shit like that. I was a very scared kid. And my dad was like, he said something to my cousin. And then it kind of upset my cousin because I guess the way he said it, but it was pretty much like how he was living with us and he was just asking like, are you planning on going back to DR? I think that's he tried to say that, but it came out way off because both of these dudes are drunk. And he took it as, I want you to go back to DR, get the fuck out my house type shit. So he was like, so my cousin started getting like very condescending. Then my dad caught on to the condescendingness, and then he just went from straight up understanding the condescending shit to, if you ain't get out the ball, we go fight. We go fight. And then it started escalating. And I'm just like, oh no. They're going to kick us out this fucking bus. That's what's going to happen. But throughout this whole time, the bus driver had told my dad a couple times, you cannot have that. You need to stop. You need to quiet down. It's respectful for everybody else in the bus. And my dad was like, yeah. And then I think, okay, I quiet. I stay shorty. And then he'll go look at my cousin and say, like, this motherfucker paid for my ticket to tell me when the fuck to talk and when not the fuck to talk to. Bitch, I'm paying your fucking fee. What are you talking? That's how upset that he got when the bus driver came to him the last time. Eventually, the bus driver was like, fuck it. We getting out of here. Fuck it. They're almost there. I'm going to drop everybody off and I'm getting the fuck out of here. And then we got to Baltimore. Everybody that was leaving the bus were highly upset. And they were almost running out the fucking bus to get the fuck out of the way from my family. We get there, my uncle and my aunt is there with the car with the whip, throw everything in the back, and they had to take 2 cars, and we got to the house and everything, and that's where we saw my cousins and everything like that. Now, there's the one thing that you guys have to understand: the places that I've slept over at this time was my cousin's house, which it's normal. Like, I don't have that, oh, it's a strange place, so I can't sleep type shit. It was more of, I was there every other weekend. They were at my house, so it was normal to sleep over people's house. But it wasn't normal to sleep with people that I've never fucking met, that I remember. So now, that's something that I didn't think that I was going to have to deal with. But I did. We get there, my aunt's like, oh my goodness, look at your ears, free internet. And she started doing this with her hand because she wanted a hug. And I don't want to hug you. She had a piece of hair that was curled up in her chin. If that shit touched me, that's what you're going to hear. Don't touch me with that curly hair. Look like a pig is on your chin. No. Met my little cousins. They were little babies. Now they're a bunch of grown-ass women, but they were little babies. How you doing? I'm your cousin. I'm the oldest. I tell you what to do type shit. Then came night. Everybody get ready to go to bed. So, the room that they gave us was me sharing a bed with, I think, one of my sisters or my mom. And then they had a bunch of pull-out beds in one little area. Problem is, I was the youngest. Everybody else stood awake. My mother said, you go to bed. You very tired. I guess I was being a dick. She was like, you very tired, go to bed. And I'm like, all right. So I go to the bathroom, put my PJs on, got my lucky underwear. And then I go down to the basement. That's where we're sleeping. I lived in an apartment my whole entire life besides now. And the only basement we had is what the landlord uses to keep all his shit in. That's what he had in that basement. But I didn't have a basement. Basements are very moldy and musky. And they make a lot of noise at night. And I'm the only one in that basement that I know nothing of by myself. I remember laying down and saying, I'm just going to close my eyes. I'm going to go count some sheep. And I'm going to ignore whatever is around me. I have a bubble, and this bubble is going to protect me from anything in this fucking basement. Then I see a little bit of light, and the door like opens up, and the man, I don't know this man. He was not anywhere upstairs. I don't know who he is. But this man comes down and opens the door and peeks his head in. And I'm like, oh, he's going to rape me. I'm fucked. He's going to take advantage of me. I was a cute kid. I'm like, oh, no. Where's my mom and my dad? Like, this is bad parenting, bro. Like this, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. He comes inside the room, leaves the door open, comes inside the room, and starts creeping into. Like if you going to come inside a basement and you not up to no funny shit, you open that door, hey, I'm here, and then you start, you make noise. You don't try to sneak around. This nigga was sneaking, just like that. It's like, oh nigga. Some shit's about to pop off. I was like, defense mechanism, shit yourself. Whether you're gonna rob me, fuck me, kill me, if I have shit on me, you ain't gonna touch me anytime soon, bro. You're gonna wait for another opportunity. You don't wanna get that shit on you. That leaves evidence, bro. My shit got DNA. That's a fact. He gets close to where my bed area was and opens the window. They have little small windows. Sits on a chair and smokes a cigarette. And I'm like, oh, this nigga's taking his time. Did he kill everybody upstairs? And then I get up because at this point, my heart is pounding out of my fucking chest. I get up and he looks at me. And he said, hello. Hello? And I'm not gonna be like, yo, this ain't your fucking house, motherfucker. I don't know if this is your house or not. I haven't seen anything. All these people are brand new to me. And then I say hi, like a little bitch, right? And then he's like, oh, you sleeping? I'm sorry. And flicks a cigarette outside, cranks the window down and closes it. And then he said, I'm gonna go upstairs. Taps my leg. Rape! I'm stranger danger. I don't know you, nigga. I got scared. I was like, oh, that's how it starts. They start touching knees and then they go up. I was scared. He leaves. And I said, escape. I have to find an escape. He might come back. So I get up. I go use the bathroom because I was holding my piss for a while. And then I see up the stairs if you open the door, the kitchen is right when you go up the stairs. So when door was a little bit cracked open and I heard my mother's voice and I say, Serenity, come with me. Serenity now. That's what I said to my mom. Serenity now. My mother's right there. So I'm creeping. And I just need my mom to see just this side of my eye and because I had one tear coming out. And I wanted to see her. I want her to see just that section right there from the door. And just see that one tear come out so she can be like, oh my God, my baby. And then she could hold me. And tell me everything's going to be okay. So I go up the stairs. My mom and my aunts are talking. And I go, look. I stood there so long, the tear dried up. So I had to put myself back in that state of mind so I could make myself cry again. Because she needs to see these tears. She needs to know this shit is real, bro. She opens the door, doesn't see me, and almost throws me down the stairs because she was going to go downstairs anyway. So she didn't even see the tear. She didn't see anything. She didn't see the nervousness, a sweat bead coming down my forehead. She didn't see none of that shit. And she was like, what happened? Oh, I almost kills you. And I told her, like, you going to bed? And she's like, yeah. And I was like, I got to talk to you. And then I told her what happened. I pretty much explained to her this is what happened. I was sleeping. This guy came in. He was smoking a cigarette. He touched my leg. I felt used. And he left. And she was like, oh, no, that was your uncle. And I went, what? She's like, yeah, that was your uncle. That's where he smokes. So I just invented all this shit in my mind. She was like, you stupid, your brain. And luckily, at this moment, my sisters came down the stairs. Everybody was getting ready to go to bed. And I was like, Serenity, now I have protection. Nothing else is going to happen to me. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of that story. Everything after that there was nothing. Like, we woke up the next day. We went to like a mall in Baltimore. and we went to go eat food, and then when they came back cooked, we drank, and they drank, played dominoes, and all that stuff. And it was a pretty fun time. I loved it. It was a really entertaining time. And now, like, he's like me and my uncle, that guy that came in there, me and that man, we were very, very close. I love that man. So that's the end of the story, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate the shit out of all of yous. And I am going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow, I got more reactions coming. I'm probably going to knock out like 3 or 4 tomorrow because I have to get ready to go live with Adam Calhoun tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I love you guys. I'm going to talk to you guys tomorrow. Peace!
Get money, stay high. Go to YouTube for story time with Ray 5. We say he's a great guy.